Everyone, we're starting it off with a very important video today because of the fact that the Fed FOMC is going to decide its decision today at 2 o'clock, and it is going to shake all the markets. So please be ready. After 30 minutes of him talking, he's going to do his little press conference. If the news of the cut is stand still, and if there's no surprise of them actual cutting, in that moment there probably won't be anything going on. But the 30 minutes after, when he does his press conference, when he discusses future dot plot plans and stuff, that's when you're going to see some waves. So be ready. Before we get to that level, I just want you to come back, follow up, go look at the last video I did on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and DXY, and you can follow up why I'm showing you this. The weekly upside continuation that I've been talking about for the last 2 weeks for everyone, going like, hey, if DXY goes to the upside, you will be putting in a local top on Bitcoin, ETH, and maybe tech stocks, and you'll see some downside come in. If you go look at our guy Tesla, you can see Tesla is getting some downside as DXY is getting upside. Now today, depending on the cut, if it cuts, DXY will probably rise. Just because of a fact of the reaction's sake, it's probably going to be about 24 hours before any real direction is dictated for the world. But you know, the powers that be will probably be positioning themselves for whatever the decision is, because they had the meeting yesterday. All their aides, all the people around them, everyone knows what's going to be happening. On top of that, they have to put the news out, right? So they give out the news maybe an hour or two before to the news stations to be able to broadcast and put it on for the world to see. All those people get a head start as well. So 12 to 1, be aware that the volatility will start. That's when people will be front running or taking positions accordingly to the market, like the news that they already see. Don't get scared. We are going to basically go over what we're looking for, and then we're going to trade it accordingly, okay? Right now, DXY is going up, guys. I have no qualms about this upside continuation. If you are looking for any kind of resistance, I would be looking at it right over here at that 105.50. You can see I have an alert here at 104.80. It's because I want it just a little bit above that 104.30. If the DXY gets under this 104.30 again, you will see another attempt at an all-time high on Bitcoin. You will see a poke up on ETH, etc., etc., etc. Also, when DXY does move, keep in mind that the world is starting to consider Bitcoin as like a currency. So in the future, if my prediction, and I've been reiterating this for like 2+ years, if my prediction on DXY is upside move into higher levels, I am not looking for Bitcoin. I am not looking for Bitcoin to be inverse forever. And as DXY goes to 113, Bitcoin go to under 50. That's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for eventually Bitcoin to be considered currency, since the whole world is, since DXY is a basket of currencies and the whole world is buying Bitcoin with their global currencies. I'm expecting Bitcoin and DXY eventually to go 1-to-1. Okay, not be inverse, but correlate, like 1-to-1. So because I want to see it be considered a currency in the future. So that's the only saving grace I have for DXY to continue its upward push, and Bitcoin not to get demolished as DXY gets an upward push. And you can see on this monthly chart, this is what DXY has been doing. We're looking for this resistance over here at like 110, and we're at 105. So when we do get to 110, it's gonna first push us down on hard assets, and then we might see a recovery as countries are getting off the dollar and buying more gold. This is what you're gonna see represent that shift out of the dollar standard. You can even take a quick look at gold as an example, which all of these videos, guys, are in the YouTube playlists. So please feel free to go and find them. There it is. That's silver, which also I've been looking for highs. And here is gold. The drawings. Why my drawings are not there? There you go. So gold, I've been saying for a while around 1700. Hey, this is going inverse head and shoulder. After 2000, you should be looking for that measured move all the way to 2330. 2377, which we got. You're getting a little bit of a pullback right now. If you go to a lower time frame, you can see that gold is right now trying to put in a distributional top right here, this head and shoulder, probably due to the news of Dixie coming. But if this head and shoulder plays out, let me just show you this. If this head and shoulder plays out, the measured move is only to this level. So this previous order block is a buying opportunity for continuation back above into the 3 white. So I'm looking for these levels on gold next. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm looking for while Dixie does what it's gonna do. So just be aware that this is what I'm looking for. This is a bullish retest. I'm looking for something like this. That is probably the ugliest. There. Let's go like this. Something of this fashion. I know those are crazy thick lines. There you go. And a little bit more steeper. So you saw how I drew my inverse head and shoulder over here, the green doodle of where I wanted the accumulation. Look after I put in the parallel channel, the confluence as to like, I can do it blindly. I don't need all these like extra things. I'm doing it blindly. And look, after I show you, you know, like TA stuff, it's all showing you confluence, right where I'm looking for that liquidity grab. The reason why I'm looking for it over here is because this little order block right here, which I knew we were going to eventually come test because that's where we marked up from. Ugh. And the bullish scenario would be not to go underneath this. I already had something marked here. I don't know where it went. Let's just do this. Like that. Make the buying opportunity. So this is the range that I would like to buy it. If it swing failure patterns and goes lower, that's fine. I'll just wait for the recoup and do that. This is what ETH did just yesterday. If you guys saw the long that I took yesterday, oops, that is not what we wanted to do. Okay, forget it. So all this aside, this is what we're looking for. So downside on gold doesn't mean anything. It's just countries doing whatever they're doing for the, you know, like central banks keeping their liquidity in check. Once this is all checked off, when this goes to the downside, every central bank is probably going to offload their dollar and convert to gold and then let it ride up. This is kind of what's happening right now in China and Saudi Arabia, and a lot of other countries are doing this as well. So just be aware. I'm not looking for a full retrace to the downside. I'm looking for at least a stop at the middle of this order block, and then I'll try to pick it up here and I'll DCA to the lower end if we get that opportunity. Full disclosure, I don't own any gold. I don't plan on doing this. This is just something that I want you to see that will probably play out as Dixie does its nonsense. Now let's go back to the trade. And before I get back to the trade, I'm going to show you one more thing. The trade that I took on ETH, because it was exactly a very similar setup to that trade that we just looked on gold. This is not the right chart. This is the chart. So this is the members chart. I just want you guys to clearly see one quick thing. Really low time frame scalp. We were looking for that long yesterday as we were coming into New York. This is where I was looking for it right here. This 34.40. I didn't take the long exactly there, but I did take it at, I took one at 34.60. I got rid of it at 35, and then I took another one at 35 after the daily close because my condition was if we got above 35 before the daily close or like just a little bit after, I would hold the long into the breakdown area of 3620. So I'm looking at well, I already took my profit, but today I'm looking for us to get into 3620 to 3672, and I'm probably going to look for a shorting opportunity with the stop loss maybe 3750, something like that. I'm going to probably be looking for a short depending on the news of the Fed or the timing of when it gets to this opportunity. If it comes before the Fed announcement, I'll take it. If it comes thereafter, I will decide depending on volume and divergences and whatnot. But I am looking at this as a potential shorting opportunity, continuation move to the downside, only if we can stay under 35.80. I think above 35.80, you have to start letting the downside possibilities go. Is that right here? Yeah, 35.80. So basically, above 35.80, I will start to get that short going, and then I will have that stop where I said like around 37, 30, whatever, and I will retake the profit of that short when I get it at 37, or sorry, 36.50, 37.70. I'll retake that profit at around 35.70, 35.80, like I said. Because if we lose 35.80 again, we will probably retest 35. And if 35 is a higher low, then I think downside will be done because the new should be done and over. And then we'll be looking for upside retest of 3,800 where we broke down out of. And then after 3,800, we're going to start rising up because now the Fed announcement is over. All the fear and like FOMO is over. The risk is gone. The Fed will have announced what they needed to, and now you can look for upside continuation again. So let's turn all these indicators off. So that's what I'm waiting to see. If we can get above 35.80, I can start entering my short. If we get rejected at 35.80 and we come back down to 35, I will be looking for that long scalp. So right now I'm sitting and waiting. 35.80 and above, I'll short with a stop loss above 37. 3,500 and a little bit under, I will be looking for longs with a stop loss underneath the previous low. After that low hits, the next long I will take is all the way down there at like 32 something. Okay? And that's what I wanted to show you what we did yesterday, because we actually took the long and the short, because I closed the short in the morning and I flipped to the long. Now, why I want to show you weekly. Okay, so on a weekly time frame, you can see this little inverse head and shoulder possibility. Let me see if my drawings will show you that. Oh no, I deleted them. Let's go to another chart. I don't want to draw on this chart anymore. Let's go to this chart here. And as you can see, like this is a potential inverse head and shoulder setup. I'm not saying it's there yet because it could also be a head and shoulder. What we need to see is this level get protected, which is, what is that, 3450 on ETH. As long as we can hold above 3450 on ETH, then your inverse head and shoulder will start to print. This will be your Quasimodo right shoulder, and you can look for upside continuation. All this will come at the weekly close in 4 more days. Just close above 3450 and it's good for upside continuation. If you go to daily, on daily you're already grounded out the lows and you're looking for upside. You can see potential bull flag setup. How funny is it? I already even had this on this chart. All these doodles on this chart are like weeks old. Very, 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 very old, because it was from when ETH was 2,200 or something. We were looking for it to come up into this 3870 for a short, which I took my short at 3,800, and I got out of it around 3650, and then at 35 I took my long, this 3,500. And now basically we're doing the same thing. And what I'm looking for is us to now go and reach new high for a new next short around here at like 45.90, which I showed you guys in the other ETH chart. It's going to the 3 reds. It's at 45.90. Where's this one at? This one around 40. It's at 45.90. So like 44.30 to 4800. I would be looking for. These three white lines. I mean, I have this measured move of all the way to 5300, but that's of this huge inverse head and shoulder. If you see it, you see this big ass inverse head and shoulder. Let me go to my other chart. I'll draw it for you. So that's why that measured move is really, really high. And everyone is so bearish right now, right? That's not the way my mentality works. I assume that this is the best buying opportunity if the bull run is here, right? Here's your one shoulder. You had this impulse down. Here's your head. You had this impulse back up. That's your right shoulder. Here's your Quasimodo right shoulder, not getting under 350. Okay, and now basically if we can hold this support here, we can have that upward continuation, right? And here's your neckline for all the people who are like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. That 3450 is the freaking neckline. See this? The confluence. Confluence is confidence. So that's basically why I'm looking for that long scalp. If 3500 can hold, it can go a little bit lower, but that is the ideal situation for that long setup that I'm looking for. If you look at Bitcoin, guys, kind of very, very similar. The doodles on Bitcoin I don't have, but if you, oh yay, I do have the doodles here. Cool. So yeah, this is where I was looking for that short. Anything under 71,000, we were like, hey, under 71K, short, above it, don't. We were looking for this breakdown, literally hit the exact move that I was looking for. And now we're basically back into resistance. Unless you get open and closes above 71,000, like I've said before, it's still going to be a rollover. But you can see what's going on over here, right? You delete all this. This trade already played out. Now the trade has shifted from downtrend to uptrend. This was the pivot right here of your downtrend continuation to end at 61. And this, I mean, you want to go simple as hell, guys? You don't need to call it an inverse head and shoulder. There you go. Same thing. And then you can take this range, and that's your measured move. And it's literally gonna go right to where I'm expecting it. Always in my on my channel when I do my doodles, guys, you need to understand the blue and green line is the target. What the hell is this? Oh, it's just a red line. Oh, because this is where we were shorting. I was like, why is that red line there? So basically that red line also signifies as soon as you have open and closes above that 73,000 level, it's going to probably just do a quick, fast impulse right into like 86,000. A $10,000 move is basically in the works. And if you look over here, this little thing is not bearish at all. It's a bull flag setup, in my opinion. Where and when it's going to break, today's possibly the day that it can actually break to the upside. So just full disclosure, I have my long on ETH running, and that's all I have going on. The whole downturn we had for the last few days, all I did was pick up on my altcoin positions like Kuji, Hawala Coin, and what else did I buy? Ondo, I think I did. I did Ords too. So, you know, like a little bit of the altcoin videos that I did, you know, anything I recommended to buy, more than likely I bought a few of them. And yeah, that's basically the gist. I'm saying that unless we lose 67,000 on Bitcoin with the daily close today, we have upside continuation going. I'm not looking for downside. I'm looking for upside. And all this aside, let's ignore all the perpetuals and let's go to CME real quick, because CME is where the institutions are trading, right? CME also sitting on support. Oh, here's my last doodle. So just look at this, man. This is another thing that like people just don't understand. Look at how perfect the TA was. 71K from here. We didn't go all the way down here though. So ignore this, but we did get to 71K from a higher low on this order block right here from 50K. Because this was a bear trap. People got, well, I think even I got I got liquidated, not like my fucking entire bankroll, but I did lose an account around here on this impulse. And when I say I lost an account, I mean like I took a loss. I didn't lose an account, but I took a significant chunk of a loss because I was short looking for the 71K. And what happened was we went above from, I think I shorted like right here, 43. And I had to close my short at like 51, 52. So it was a sexy loss for me, and it was a decent sized position. So that was the loss of the year. And then after that, I'm basically just been waiting for this situation to play out. And now that it's playing out, I know that I'm not going to get 58 again, but I probably will get 65, 80. So that's basically where I'm looking at right here. 58.20 is gone, guys. This is like, this is the head. You know who bought this? Freaking like BlackRock. They bought the exact low, and it's on impulse too after 3 drives. Like, that's some crazy shit. So right now this is where we're at. I mean, 65.80 is a decent long opportunity. If you get lower than that, cool, you know, like around 63. But this is CME, so just this is Bitcoin CME. This is where it's going on daily. On weekly, you can see that this thing has a little bit room, you know, to drop to the downside. You got a little bit of bearish divergence, but it's on support. So don't be like, oh, we're going to zero. 65.80, if we lose it, fine. Then I'll say, okay, let's go test into 63, and then we can go under 60s, and we can discuss further. Follow up on the next video if you guys are curious for that kind of analysis. Here's ETH CME. Same situation. You are basically consolidating on the top. Once this thing is claimed, you're looking for that breakout move into the higher levels, which I've already discussed. I mean, this is all the stuff that just is taking time, but I mean, we knew it was coming, guys. And the main thing that's driving the whole market is this. As this thing is getting a little bit of downside today on hourly, you should be looking at your asset probably poking up, no? So this is going to the downside. Is this going up? Yes. So it's just like that simple, that inverse relationship if you're monitoring it. If I get this opportunity, like I said, right, at 35, I'll take a long. At 36.70, I'll take a short. All this other bullshit right here, right? Why are you trading in here? This is called MITAR Air. There is no trade here other than a TP or a closing or whatever. Yeah, if you want to attempt a trade in this range, okay, but then that means you're only in that range. Your stop loss is either on the top of this range or on the top of the bottom, on the bottom of this range. You know, you're taking that trade in the range right here. So let's say you take a short, you're gonna have your stop loss right at the top of this wick. Why would you short and not have a stop loss here if you're trading just the range, right? This is the range. And then you should be aware that the range has already given you a very sharp pivot. So you taking a short is like the risky trade, okay? But hey, you know, it can come over here and then pop back up. So, I mean, are you going to be fast enough to get out of your short? If not, don't take the short and go with the trending trade. The trending trade is going up. So look for the buy on support, like me, 3,500. If I don't get it, then I'll look for the short above, something like that. So I hope this video was informative and helpful, guys. This is the kind of stuff I do with the members in TA, but we go over all assets. If you guys are interested in TA like this, please leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications so you guys get these videos as they come out. Last but not least, if you could, share this video with other people. If you're interested in trading with me live, feel free to join the Discord server in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend to help your channel grow. So guys, yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you guys had a great time, and talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.